Hello, I'm Marilyn Monaghan, the Parent Project Director, and I want to thank you for joining us today. I'm the person behind the thousands of emails over the last decade, and I've grown to love and appreciate each of you as you volunteered your time and invested your resources to help us while we're helping Haiti. As I sent out some invitations and I looked at your pictures on Facebook and the Come and See group, you once again touched my heart. It's been a privilege to get to know many of you, and I think you're just amazing. You have people who have a heart for others, and to me, you're my heroes. I've sent out all these emails, but you've done the stuff that has helped the people in Haiti. You've made a big difference in many lives down there. And these people are people that I know, and I know they appreciate what you've done. So I want to begin by telling a little story, and it's about a little girl named Rose. When you go to a parent project, you leave the main road and turn down this very steep, kind of scary, small dirt road. It's not very wide enough for one car. And it's more like a path with gravel or dirt. And there's a little girl who's off and down at the very end by our main gate where the parent project is. And she can be standing out there, you can see her standing out there, and she's always looking inside the gate, and you can tell she wants to go in. This has been going on for about a year, and she was so tiny that, I don't know, my heart went out to her, and she just captured me. So I often knelt down when I got out of the van and just gave her a hug. That's about all I could do to help her. But I wondered where she lived, and eventually discovered she lives in a shack that's like a lean-to right next to a cinder block wall that's and it's just right outside the gate, about 25 feet away. You just look out the gate and there's this shack. It's right next to the ravine where the water comes crashing down, filled with lots of garbage and rats, things like that, when there's a heavy rain. And a parent project's right next to the ravine too, but we have a wall, and, we have a building, and we're protected, but her home is not. So as time went on, I became determined to provide a place for her in our childcare or our school, whatever she would fit into. I didn't know how old she was, but we discovered her age, and turns out that she would fit into our 2K preschool. And so we asked her dad to get the shots that were required in Haiti to enroll in school. And he was willing to do errands for AP to help to provide payment for the child's school. And so she was enrolled in the 2K. And this month she had a birthday, she turned 3. And she's been given something that her parents could never afford. And this makes me happy. If you want rewards, these are the kind of rewards you get. But Rose is an example of many kids in our AP childcare and our schools, an example of kids throughout Haiti who were born into poverty and could easily live their whole life without fulfilling what they were created for. So Rose grabbed my heart, and she still does. And there's like about 60 kids like that grab my heart, actually. I'm sure she would grab your heart too. And I'm looking for a picture to put on a Facebook group that shows who she is. But she represents all those we serve, whether they're the little kids or the adults or the teens or whatever. They're the underprivileged who have very little opportunity in life. So Haiti has a problem. And it seems to be forever stuck in this cycle of chaos and poverty. And right now there's some external factors that add to the problems. Right now we got the coronavirus that they're trying to protect themselves from. There was the Zika virus and the chikungunya and cholera epidemic and other challenges. And there was the 2010 earthquake. Most of you are well aware of lots of Haiti's problems because you've been involved. But Haiti's real struggle is an internal one, not external. You can deal with the external, but the internal one you got to really work at. And it's a cycle of chaos and poverty. And it's deeply rooted and the Haitian culture. It's a way of thinking that stems from their history. It was the result of the struggle from slaves and slave owners. It's a mindset that affects the culture to this day, and it's rooted in the haves and the don't haves, those people who have lots and people who have almost nothing. It's a power struggle. It's the inequality, and it affects the way people act, what they do, how they react, how they interact. It's an issue, and it just keeps repeating itself. So since the 2010 earthquake, people became aware of Haiti, and many foreigners, went down there in droves, and they helped establish businesses and help build the infrastructure. They found ways to improve the roads and electricity and the internet and provide clean water, help with all kinds of things. There's teams that have gone down there for years. And I've been down there since 2008, back and forth and back and forth. I don't know how many times anymore. I'm personally involved in helping to provide jobs by selling their products. Starving people need food. They need a means to buy food. They need income. Income and food are the necessary things for survival. So what's being done is good and it's necessary, but it won't break that cycle of chaos and poverty. It will definitely help, but it's only part of the solution. So how can I say that? Well, the last 21 months in Haiti has been a season of chaos, and I've been back and forth throughout the last 21 months. Been there for all their riots and all kinds of disruptions and protests and violence that went on. And I've watched as businesses have closed, schools closed, so much that was developed in the past after the earthquake has been undone or has been damaged. So they hurt themselves, and it's all part of this cycle that they need to get out of. There have been other seasons of chaos in the past. You can go look at their history and you can read about it. The underlying struggle that the Haitians face has not been solved. The struggle for equality continues, the power struggle is still evident, and the means used to address the issues has brought more chaos. The riots don't help. Loss of jobs and businesses closing don't help. The solution is really a long-term solution, but it will eventually bring the lasting change that is needed to break the cycle. Haiti needs future leaders of integrity, people of character who are equipped with a quality education and problem-solving skills. We need Haitian leaders with a heart for their own people, for all the people of Haiti, not just one group or another. And this can make a difference in an individual, and a family, and the whole nation. And a parent project, childcare, schools, and job skills training are all working to address these problems. But these efforts need to be soaked in prayer. When hearts are changed and the quality education is provided, combined with character development based on biblical principles, leaders of integrity can be birthed. This kind of leader can influence different sectors of society, the education, the government, whatever area that you're involved in. It can be a positive thing. So I want to tell you a story. We established childcare in 2014, and it was meant to help the parents who were working, those who had kids who they couldn't leave at home. They needed some help. They needed a safe and nurturing environment where their kids could be while they worked. And so we had these parent project kids. Their parents worked, in the area there, in the production company. And when the children turned 3, then they needed to leave our childcare because we didn't have any more room, and we had to have room for the new babies. But they could be enrolled in Haitian preschools. However, they did not have the same mindset. These schools did not have the same mindset as we did. So we felt like God wanted us to continue working with the children. So they could continue with the same kind of experience that they had, the love and the nurture. But where would we find a teacher? That's pretty interesting. How can you find a teacher that would have a different mindset than a Haitian mindset that already existed in those preschools and schools? And because there are people there that think differently. Where would we find a Haitian teacher who had experience, who had understood Haitian educational requirements, who could develop the curriculum? We had lots of requirements, and I don't speak Creole, even after all these years. I just keep going in and out and in and out, and everyone wants to learn English, so I don't speak Creole. So I was in Haiti in the summer of 2016 for maybe over a week that summer. And my daughter, who lived in Haiti at the time, had posted on Facebook that she was looking for a homeschool teacher for her 4 kids, my grandkids. She received a resume from a lady named Kika. And she forwarded it to me saying she'd never seen such an incredible resume before, and it's really probably more appropriate for what I was looking for. It's interesting that Kika wasn't even on Facebook. It was her friend who saw the post and sent it to her and told her, please send the resume in. So Kika did. And her resume was truly amazing. She had many years of experience. I think it was about 18 at the time, I don't know, but with many different schools, not many, but a number, different kinds of schools. And she fit our needs perfectly. She's fluent in English and French and Creole, so no worries about communication. And I was able to interview her. And there's more to the story, but I can't tell the whole thing. But after the interview, I just knew she was the one. God had brought her to us. And it's just the way God seems to do it for us. People ask me, well, how do you get all these people? And I said, I don't know, they just show up. And Kika was one of those. I knew that she was the one. Her desire was to be able to give back to her people. That's what she wanted to do. She was looking for an opportunity to serve in Haiti. She wanted to help her own people, those who were less fortunate than her. She was excited, I could tell, but I was a little concerned. I thought, I wonder what she's going to require for pay, because she had lots of qualifications. What would it cost? So I offered her an amount, and her whole being just slumped. It was, I could tell she was so sad, her body language. And then she said, but I need to make my car payment. And I thought, oh my gosh, I found the perfect person. She really wanted to accept the job. She couldn't, because she had a need too. She didn't have everything. She had a lot more than those kids, but she wanted to give back. She wanted to serve her people, for those who were less fortunate than her. I also figured out that she was one of that little group of Haitians. I haven't seen a lot like this. It's a small group that's neither rich nor poor. She would come and wanted to, but would cost us, because she couldn't afford to pay her bills without a middle class pay. It wasn't a rich pay, but it wasn't your normal pay in Haiti that we can pay for the poor, who can live really well on that smaller amount, because their needs are different. They don't require as much. They don't have car payments. So we paid the price, and I've never regretted it. She's worth every penny. There's much more to the story, but without Kika, we wouldn't have a quality school. We now have a waiting list to get in. We have a reputation. People want to join us. And you know, Kika is like a sample of the kind of people that have showed up. We are blessed with an amazing group of people down in Haiti. The staff is like a family. They just work together. They function together as a group. It's wonderful. So we now are working on, we don't just have childcare and all the way through first grade. We're through second grade at this point. But last year we just had first grade, and we couldn't figure out where on earth we were going to put a second grade, because there wasn't any room. Obviously we found some, but we didn't know where we could put anybody, and we were looking for a bigger facility or another facility or something. And we tried ways to raise money for it. It didn't work. And I said, look, okay, what are we going to do? And we considered just changing our direction to limit our focus on just the child care and preschool. But it didn't fit the vision of building future leaders. Not if we just stopped after kindergarten, that wouldn't work. And then there was those kids that we've already invested in. It was like, no, we just can't. So it was also stressful and challenging for the parents. They were really concerned because they said, well, there's no other school that they could afford that would give them their kids that quality education. So the decision to continue with the vision was made, and we added the second grade. So we had a big discussion about how we're going to do it. You know, should we put them on the balcony, or can we float them around in various locations during the day in a little spot here and there? Put first and second grade together, this and that. And we just didn't know. But Kika figured out a solution, how to create some space. There was an alcove and part of an open area that she decided she could use, and then block it off a little bit with some shelves. And it was a kind of a small space, and actually it's kind of interesting because we had all these riots going on all year, or for 21 months now, but it made it impossible for some of our students to actually get to school. So her class, the second grade class this year, was smaller. And it's because it was smaller that it would fit into the alcove. If we had more kids, we probably would have thought of something. But anyhow, she used that space creatively, and she continued to work out the curriculum for second grade, and she was their teacher again. She had been their teacher, this particular group of kids. She had been their teacher since they were in the 4K. So these kids really have received a blessing to have such an amazing teacher. So all year, this year, there's been talk about what about next year? And of course, it's been a crazy year with all the stuff going on behind the scenes, you know, all the riots and everything too, but we'll talk about that later. But we have still, it's like next year, no more space. And then a crazy thing happened. God provided more evidence that what we're doing to build future leaders of integrity in Haiti is his plan. There's this story of Jerome and the generator. It's a long, crazy story, but I got to shorten it. The condensed version goes like this. Jerome, who heads up the AP Institute that teaches the English and computer skills, he decided to visit a relative in Haiti who mentioned that an old friend was in the area, someone that Jerome hadn't seen in many years. So he decided to go visit the friend. And the friend worked for a very wealthy person who just happened to be leaving Haiti really soon and was selling everything because he was leaving permanently. So Jerome asked about a generator that was just sitting there. And we had a generator that was just about dead, and it really didn't fill our needs. So we needed a generator. The bottom line is the parent project was able to purchase a $20,000 generator for $5,000. But there's more to the story. It includes drama. So if you want to know more about the drama, we'll have to talk about that later. We videotaped a simplified version of his story that we'll post on the Facebook Come and See group. But at any rate, it was it's a very powerful generator, which we have, and it's situated in a nice place. Maybe we can have a picture of the generator too, but it's pretty big. And it's located perfectly so it can be connected to the nearby buildings. So then the next thing that happens is we just recently, this year, the building next door became available. It's one that I would have loved to have had last year, but we couldn't do it. But it's available, and somebody else tried to rent it, and the landlady said no, she wasn't going to do that. And then the landlady was told by a maintenance man that she should only rent to a parent project. And so we had favor, true favor. And we've negotiated an agreement. She agreed to reduce the rent And we'll be able to put a doorway through the wall between the two properties so they could be connected. When the kids come in, they're all in the same compound. There's enough room downstairs. There's the upstairs and downstairs, and the downstairs will help us to be able to get through 6th grade. And there's a place in the back where we could put a garden. Kika wants to teach the kids how to grow food. And maybe we can get the parents involved, or I don't know what would happen, but that's something that's been on her heart. There's also room upstairs. There's an apartment upstairs, which I'm gonna have a room in there that's my place. So when I come down, I'm not always moving mattresses onto the floor of the classroom, which is fine. It's just been just fine, but it's nice just to have things set up. And so that we'll have room for visitors to come and on site, and when we visit Haiti, when we can get there again. And so we could actually have an on-site come and see once the current ruckus is all subsided. So there's been lots of obstacles, lots of challenges, but just as many stories of God's direction and provision. It's just been amazing. It's been a little scary, but it's amazing. And in spite of the current challenges, our teachers are teaching and our students are learning. I did talk to Kika yesterday, and this week, the schools in Port-au-Prince area are required to be closed. I don't know if that's all over Haiti, but I know in Port-au-Prince this week they had to be closed, and I don't know how far along. It's because of the coronavirus. So that's another obstacle to overcome. So what did she do? She sent the grade school kids home with their books and assignments for the week, and will be communicating with them through their parents' cell phones, either texting or talking somehow to the parents or kids. The parents can't necessarily help the kids with their homework because they haven't had that kind of education. So it'll be interesting, but there can't be virtual classroom connections. They don't have any kind of internet. So, well, most of the kids in Port-au-Prince I wanted to mention this though, that while all fall, almost all the schools in Port-au-Prince were shut down, a parent project school was open. And the kids kept learning all fall. The reason is that one thing, that they were able to get in under the radar. They didn't wear their parent project t-shirts. And because we're in this poor area, there's not a lot of people trying to burn tires there or cause a ruckus. They don't want to go down by the ravine. We're just kind of like in this little secluded spot. So the kids could show up. But what's more amazing is that the teachers and staff were able to get there almost all the time. They made each other aware of the routes that they could use to get to school. They had this whole network of them checking all the roads, and somehow to avoid the blockades and the danger that was going on. And sometimes some of them couldn't make it, but most of the time everybody was there. So the students are totally on track to be able to pass the required end of year testing that goes on in Haiti. So there's much to overcome, but I truly believe our kids will receive the quality education they need to become the future leaders in Haiti. Our biggest challenge has been also what has built our faith. It's the finances. It's like this roller coaster thing. Just when we think we're going to run out, something happens. It's maybe not always what we want, that's what we need. Last year, someone we had no connection to whatsoever included us in her will, and we received a large sum of money that helped us get through the summer months. That's a huge time for a time of challenge for us at AP. So schools cost money. We have 22 employees in Haiti and 2 buildings. We have the maintenance guys and the housekeepers and the guards and the assistants and the teachers and the staff, all the different staff. There's 22 people, and in the States we have 2 full-time and 4 part-time employees, and we have a little shipping office too because we have to ship all these products out. So this sales program that we have, the Parent Project, party boxes and fundraisers, they provide some administrative help down there. They take care of things here in the States, but it's not enough to fund the educational program. We were sales-based nonprofit, and we could take care of ourselves if we only did sales. But that's not what we're called to do. We're called to do more than that. Our biggest challenge is the shift to being donor-based. We need help raising funds to do what we're doing. So we're offering an opportunity for you to invest in something amazing that God is doing at a parent project, something that will make a difference in Haiti, building future leaders of integrity, people who will be able to solve problems in the various sectors of Haitian culture and make a difference in their country. We're looking for people who have a heart. That's our main things. If you have a heart, you'll do all kinds of things. You'll help, you'll invest. People like Kika who want to give back to those less fortunate. We are looking for an army of people across the states and Canada and beyond, people all over the place. We've seen an army come forward to help with all the sales. I know we could have an army who would come to help us in a different way. What we need help with is just raising awareness about Haiti and a parent project and what we're doing. We need help raising funds and donating financially. We need help volunteering time, resources, and talents. We need people who would host, people who have a heart who would like to host an online gathering like this. People would come alongside us and gather some friends, people like their friends, their teams, their church groups, Bible studies, school groups, teacher groups, whatever kind of groups. Gather them together to join a meeting where a parent project stories can be shared. We have lots of stories, amazing stories, where others can have an opportunity to join and invest in what God's doing through a parent project, childcare, and schools, and through the AP Institute that provides for teens and adults to learn basic computer skills and English. Those of you who've had party boxes and fundraisers understand how to gather and inspire people. It's a skill and it's a gift. And I've had the privilege of watching hundreds, maybe even thousands of hosts gather thousands more people all over the United States to share about Haiti through sales. So we're looking for people who can do the same thing, only gather to hear stories, and who will then invite others to gather. There are many people who have God's heart of love for Haiti. I've seen them on the airplanes going down there. I've seen teams going every which direction. There's people who are just wanting to help in so many different ways, and I've met so many. It's just amazing. I know there's a lot of hearts out there. So we're looking for those people, and I did some calculations. To run a parent project each month, that means in the States and in Haiti, the whole thing combined, for sales and for childcare and for the education for the kids and the adults and teens, it costs about $30,000 a month. Well, one person could donate $30,000. There are people like that. Or you could have two people who did $15,000, or maybe 10 people who donate $33,000 a month, or 100 could donate $300 a month, or 1,000 could donate $30 a month, and you'd have $30,000 each month. With a multitude of people who have a heart, we can do this. We can raise those leaders. So I'm just giving you the opportunity to join us. With your help, we can do it. I know we can. So recently I was in a store buying something that cost $15, and it was for a parent project school. I was in line behind a friend that I hadn't seen in months. And I asked her about her purchase, and she asked about mine. We were both purchasing something for those that we were serving. She worked in the prisons, I worked in Haiti. She insisted on paying my $15 for my $15 item and said the following: people who invested in stocks like Microsoft or Apple when they first came out got an amazing return on their investment. But she is investing in eternity, and the return will be much greater. If we only knew how much our investment in what God is doing would produce for eternity, and here on earth, we would probably invest more. It was only $15, but a worthy investment. I was so, I want to close with a couple thoughts. First of all, I believe that Haiti can change in a generation. I truly believe that. You know, Jesus was born in Nazareth. Remember the question, can anything good come out of Nazareth? Jesus did. And what did he do? He invested in lives. There were 12 disciples. They changed the world. A modern day example is Korea, South Korea. I was there in 1974. It was a third world nation like Haiti. And you know what? It's now an economic force. What changed? There was an army of Korean people who prayed for their country. They did stuff too, but they prayed. And like Korea, our efforts need to be bathed in prayer. God can change people's hearts. He did it in Korea, and he can do it in Haiti. So, can anything good come out of the ravine? I'm still thinking about Rose. I say yes. Rose and others can reach their potential. Haiti can change. Port-au-Prince could become the port of the Prince of Peace. It can be a sign and a wonder for all to see. I believe it'll happen. Call me crazy, but I do believe it. We need to do what's necessary to raise up the future leaders of integrity who have received the quality education. And our efforts need to be bathed in prayer. And we need those people who can pray. We need those people who can give financially. We need those people who can pray. The combination of the two will make a difference. So we're looking for those people whose hearts have been touched by God, who want to invest in the lives that a parent project is serving in Haiti. And there's a song that goes through my head a lot. It comes from Psalm 2, where there's a verse that says, "Ask of me, and I will give the nations as an inheritance for you." I've asked for Haiti. I'd love for you to join us. So if you'd like to host a come and see gathering with the opportunity to invite people to share stories, we would love to have you do that. We would share these kinds of stories with others, and they could share with others, and we can create this army. We'll provide a gift for what you do as a thank you, but the investment will be worth it regardless. So if you're interested, either email me at apparentpartysales@gmail.com. Many of you have received an email from me with that address. Apparentpartysales is one word @gmail.com. Or you can go to the Facebook page, Apparent Project Facebook, and request to join the Come and See group, or leave a message on the messenger there. If you want to donate to Apparent Project, you could use your funds. You can go to apparentproject.org and click donate. And I want to thank you for your time. You're a blessing. You listened, and I know that you've been engaged. So I hope to hear from you soon. Thank you so much.